It was Saturday, October 7th, 2023, a day meant for celebration in Israel. Simchat Torah, a joyous holiday marking the end of the annual cycle of Torah readings, was in full swing. Families and communities gathered, their hearts filled with faith and festivity. But at 6:30 a.m., the world as Israelis knew it shattered. The first explosions ripped through the quiet morning. A barrage of rockets launched from the Gaza Strip rained down on Israeli towns and cities. The surprise attack, meticulously planned and ruthlessly executed by Hamas, targeted the heart of Israel. Thousands of Hamas terrorists, heavily armed and fueled by hate, stormed through breaches in the border fence. The day of celebration had become a day of terror, forever etched in the memory of a nation as Black Saturday. The initial wave of the Hamas attack was shocking in its intensity and scope. Over 5,000 rockets were fired from Gaza in the first 20 minutes. Cities that had rarely, if ever, been targeted were caught in the crossfire. Air raid sirens wailed across the country, sending people scrambling for shelter. As the aerial bombardment continued, thousands of terrorists breached the border fence, infiltrating Israeli towns and villages. The speed and ferocity of the assault left security forces scrambling to respond, creating a window of chaos that Hamas ruthlessly exploited. The attacks were not limited to military targets. They were widespread and indiscriminate, aimed at inflicting maximum terror and casualties on the Israeli population. Hamas terrorists stormed through the streets of Israeli towns, firing indiscriminately at homes, cars, and anyone in their path. Kibbutzim, communal settlements near the Gaza border, were among the first to be overrun. Residents, caught off guard, fought desperately to defend their homes and families. Major cities like Ashkelon, Sderot, and even Tel Aviv found themselves under attack. The brutality of the attacks only served to strengthen Israel's determination to defend itself and bring the perpetrators to justice.
Section 4. The Horror at Nova Festival, a massacre of innocents.
One incident in particular would come to symbolize the indiscriminate brutality of that day: the massacre at the Nova Festival. Near the Gaza border, a large open-air music festival was underway, a celebration of peace and music attended by thousands of young Israelis. As the music played and young people danced, the terrorists struck. Gunfire erupted, transforming the joyous atmosphere into a scene of unimaginable terror. Panicked festival-goers scattered, desperate to escape the hail of bullets. When the gunfire finally ceased, the ground was littered with bodies, the once vibrant festival grounds transformed into a blood-soaked testament to Hamas's barbarity. The massacre at the Nova Festival shocked the world, a stark reminder of the depths of Hamas's depravity.
Section 5. Counting the cost, casualties, kidnappings and devastation.
As the dust settled on that horrific Saturday, the true scale of the tragedy began to emerge. Over 1,300 Israelis lost their lives in the attacks. Thousands more were injured, many with life-altering wounds. Over 200 people, including soldiers and civilians, were taken hostage by Hamas and dragged across the border into Gaza. Homes were reduced to rubble, businesses destroyed, and entire communities left in ruins. The sense of security that Israelis had worked so hard to build was shattered. The trauma of the attacks would linger long after the last bullet was fired, casting a long shadow over Israeli society.
Section 6. Echoes of evil, Hamas's war crimes and crimes against humanity.
The brutality, the indiscriminate targeting of civilians, the sheer scale of the violence, it all pointed to one inescapable conclusion. Hamas had committed war crimes and crimes against humanity. The Geneva Conventions are crystal clear: targeting civilians is a war crime. Yet, Hamas terrorists deliberately and systematically targeted men, women and children going about their daily lives. The massacre at the Nova Festival stands as a particularly horrific example of Hamas's barbarity. The kidnapping of over 200 Israelis, including elderly people, women and children, is another flagrant violation of international law. The evidence is overwhelming. Hamas's actions on Black Saturday constituted a deliberate and systematic campaign of terror aimed at civilians. The international community condemned the attacks, in the strongest possible terms, calling for accountability and justice for the victims.